Lily had always known that James was different. From the moment they met in college, there was an undeniable connection. He was funny, kind, and made her feel like the center of his world. Their relationship had blossomed quickly: long walks under the moonlight, spontaneous trips, late-night conversations. It was everything Lily had dreamed of. However, life had a way of throwing curveballs. One ordinary Tuesday, James began to complain about feeling tired all the time. A few tests later, the doctors delivered the devastating news: James had a rare and aggressive form of cancer. Lily could hardly process the words. Cancer? How could this happen to them? She had believed they were untouchable, that nothing could break their bond. But here they were, her heart sinking with every appointment, every test result. The months that followed were filled with hospital visits, endless treatments, and unspoken fears. James fought with everything he had, but it was clear that the disease was spreading. Despite the pain, he kept a brave face for Lily, hiding his deepest fears to protect her. But Lily could see through it. One night, when she sat by his bedside, she finally confronted him. James, I know you're scared. I'm scared too. But we don't have to pretend everything is okay. We're in this together. We always have been. James looked at her with tear-filled eyes, his hand gripping hers tightly. Lily, I need you to understand something. I love you with everything I am, but I'm not going to win this fight. And that breaks me. But what kills me more is knowing I won't be here for you in the future. You deserve someone who will be with you. Lily couldn't hold back the tears anymore. You're my future, James. There is no one else. I won't let you go. But deep down, she knew James was already slipping away from her. As the disease ravaged his body, James began to deteriorate. His once vibrant spirit faded, and the life she once knew was now slipping through her fingers. Yet, despite the pain, James continued to push Lily away, convincing her that she would be better off without him. One day, as the end grew nearer, James called Lily to his side. His voice was weak, but the love in his eyes never wavered. Lily, I need to ask you something. I want you to promise me something. Lily nodded, her heart aching, already knowing what was coming. Promise me, you won't wait for me. Don't let the pain of losing me keep you from living. I want you to move on, find happiness again. You deserve so much more than I can give you. Her chest tightened, the pain so unbearable she could hardly breathe. No, James. I don't want anyone else. I want you. I always will. He reached for her hand, his fingers trembling. Please, Lily. I love you too much to leave you with this burden. I want you to have a future. Promise me you'll live. The room seemed to spin as Lily broke down, unable to make such a promise. How could she promise him she would move on when her entire life had been built around him? James passed away quietly in his sleep, his final wish unfulfilled, at least in the way he had hoped. Lily, devastated beyond measure, had lost the love of her life, the person who had shown her what it meant to truly love. The grief that followed was suffocating. For months, Lily couldn't even leave their apartment. Everything reminded her of him. Every room held his memory. Every song on the radio was their song. She couldn't imagine a life without him, couldn't imagine facing the future without the man she had promised to spend forever with. But as the months passed, something began to change. She started receiving letters James had written for her over the course of his illness. The first letter came on her birthday. "My love, if you're reading this, then I'm already gone. But I want you to know something. I never stopped loving you, and I never will. Please don't let this pain define you. Live for both of us. Make me proud, my love." Each letter brought a little more healing, each word a little more strength. James's love was still with her, in every letter, in every gesture. Slowly, painfully, Lily began to do what he had asked. She started living again, not forgetting him, but carrying him in her heart. She volunteered, helped others who had lost loved ones, and began to dream again. Years later, standing at the top of a mountain they had always talked about hiking, Lily whispered to the wind, "I lived, James. I promised you. And you're still with me." And with that, she took a deep breath and felt peace for the first time since he had passed. His love would never leave her.